What on earth is happening to the West Indies? As of recently, they've been getting thrashed by some of the weakest teams in the world. They have failed to qualify for both last year's T20 World Cup and this year's ODI World Cup. How did a team that just 8 years ago had won 2 T20 World Cups is now failing to even qualify for the World Cups? How did the West Indies go from being one of the best teams throughout cricket history to losing to Scotland? Well, in this video, we'll explore 3 of the key factors that led to the tragic downfall of the West Indies. And make sure you stay till the end, as you will also uncover something quite important about cricket as a whole.
The first problem that the West Indies have faced over the last decade is the growing popularity of franchise leagues. Why is this a problem? Well, you see, franchise leagues offer players far more money than a pro cricket board like Windies cricket ever could. Whether us fans like it or not, most players would prefer to go for the option that gives them more financial gain. And we can't blame them. If you were given a job that takes the same amount of effort as your current job, but gives you twice the revenue, would you take it? Don't tell me you wouldn't. Examples of West Indian players prioritizing franchise cricket over their national team include Russell choosing to play for Canada's T20 League instead of participating in the 2019 World Cup. Bravo, who was semi-retired from international cricket, decided to skip the 2019 World Cup to focus on his commitments in the IPL. Hedmaier as well turned down a central contract from Windies cricket, saying that he wanted to focus on franchise cricket. And Hooran opted to play for the Melbourne Stars in the Big Lash League instead of participating in a test series against New Zealand. See what I mean? The exciting, lucrative nature of franchise cricket, as compared to the less appealing Windies cricket, has clearly led to many players opting out of many international series. As a consequence, the West Indies often find themselves playing crucial matches whilst missing out on some of their top players. The second, more obvious cause is the retirement of several West Indian T20 greats. Ever since the 2016 World Cup, Chris Gale, Marlon Samuels, DJ Bravo, Carlos Blackwood, and Darren Sammy have all retired. That's 5 players, almost half a cricket team. Due to this, the current West Indian team is full of young players who lack experience, and it will stay that way for a while. Because of this, it's probably the worst time to be a West Indies cricket fan, with practically no big players to support except Nicholas Pooran, Shimron Hetmaier, and Jason Holder, and even they don't seem to be showing much commitment to the West Indies cricket team. The third problem is in the Windies cricket board itself. You see, most countries in the West Indies are still relatively poor, unlike developed nations like Australia and New Zealand. Due to this, there's a severe lack of investment in the West Indies cricket board, which means young aspiring West Indian cricketers don't get access to proper coaching and training. Likewise, this financial situation means that Cricket West Indies is unable to provide competitive salaries to their international cricketers. As a result, talented West Indian cricketers end up prioritizing franchise cricket over representing their national team, as discussed earlier. These 3 points that we made, the growth of franchise cricket, the retirement of West Indian greats, and the lack of investment in Windies cricket, all come cascading down in a sort of a chain reaction. One bad loss to a weak team leads to a loss of morale, leading to even more bad losses against even weaker teams. Usually, when things get bad, they get worse. And this is what's happening to the West Indies at the moment. But there's still hope for the West Indies. Just listen to what Darren Sammy has to say.
And obviously, as disappointed as I am and the guys in the dressing room, you have to understand I'm a very positive thinker. And I understand the journey that I have to take with this team. Sometimes you got to reach rock bottom to come back up. You know, I understand the challenges that ahead. And yeah, I also understand that things will not change overnight. And it's a true reflection of where our cricket is at the moment. And we have a lot of work to do.
The point is, all sports teams have their ups and downs. There was a time when the English cricket team used to be one of the worst in the world in white ball cricket. And just look at them now. Same for the West Indies. They're currently in a horrible situation in which they've lost all their big players to retirement and franchise leagues. And Windies cricket hardly has enough money to build better cricketing facilities than the West Indies. But as Darren Sammy says, the time will come.